it's with extreme pleasure and a great amount of pride that I introduce to you my friend Frank Stronach.
First of all, I'm delighted to be here, and I also feel blessed that I'd be able to do things like that, to give a small donation here and there, to participate in helping and creating better societies. I have somewhat mixed feelings today, and I'm not quite sure where I should start. Because over the years, as you can see here, we have about over 300 factories worldwide, about 30 research centers worldwide. And so I participated in opening up about 50 factories throughout the United States. And usually when we opened up the factories, high school bands were there and welcome Frank and welcome Meg, etc., etc. So when I came here today, I sort of I felt a bit bad. Not the fault, maybe, just sometimes the way things are, and because especially I'm so involved with environmental processes and supporting, and so. Usually, I rely on people to advise me, and because the last thing I've done for so many years trying to do good things, and my age I don't need it. Geez, somebody is lousing up the environment, right? But nevertheless, I'm very happy here. I feel somewhat at home in Ocala. I like the people a lot, and then he can ask me, what should be on the plaque. He wanted to have businessman so-and-so industrial. And he just, just blame Farmer Frank. Because even though I embarked on an industrial career, but somehow I grew up in a small farming town, and as to a certain extent, there's always been a farm in myself, and rooting into that, I think now I do want to spend more time on in regards to farming and agricultural processes. And Florida is very blessed. It's a very blessed state. We have lots of sunshine here, and we have water. And of course, we got to be very careful with the sun. We have no control, right? Perhaps a little bit. If we have too much pollution, the sun can't penetrate. And so I think we as a society get more and more careful about pollution. Water, water is a very precious commodity, and again, I was encouraged by farmers to say, they came to me and say, look, would I be willing to put up a processing plant? And they say, why should I? Well, they said, we ship our cattle out to Texas, Oklahoma, etc., etc. So I said, that couldn't be. I did some inquiries and so on, and as far as I know, there's no real what we call a Class A American government inspected meat processing plant. And so I said, gee, if this would help the farming community and it makes economic sense, because we always got to keep apart. We've got to do things which make economic sense. And but then if you can create a win-win-win situation, I think I'm always for it. And that's one thing. And to give donations, the only time you can give donations and be helpful in various projects is if you run a good show, if you do things which make economic sense, right? But I've never been driven to make, that I'm saying, do I make a lot of money by doing so? That I have never been driven by that. I've always been driven and said, look, if I want to do something, I want to do something great. It's got to be special. And the younger generation here, you have, I think you have a great opportunity by this facility being built. Great teachers, great professors, and a university which is very much dedicated to agriculture. And agriculture will play such a great part in this hungry world. There's more and more land lost to agriculture. So you have an enormous opportunity, and I think the key is we got to excel in doing something first class. We're doing something great. And, as a young guy, I've always walked to a supermarket, still do, and say, gee, this is packaged, not that great, not that appetizing, it doesn't say where it comes from, etc., etc. So I think there's such a potential what could be done in Florida. Yeah. So, to produce the best food which we know we can be proud of, that especially when we talk about meats, etc., etc. We got to recognize, we know animals are subservient to mankind, but it doesn't mean if something is subservient that we should be cruel. And that has been very sort of, I've done a lot of soul searching. Should I be involved in something, raise something and kill it? So like I said, I've done soul searching and sat down with some people and say, look, they always told me, look, if you be respectful of the people, then that's the way the world was created. And so I talked to my guys here, and I said, look, what does it take to build the most modern processing facilities? Key criteria would be no pain to the animals and no stress. And so we came up with a plan, and and I do hope that we come to some kind of conclusion that. And this is not for me. It would be easy. Let's stop the thing here and walk away. That's not. I've never been that way. I think agriculture is very important. I think raising cattle. I think I could make a contribution to the farming community, that they could participate in a very fair formula. Number one naturally is it's quality, that we could ship from here beef all over the United States, and that's raised here, huh? Okay. So, again, I hope that we find a good solution, that, again, like, I want to be a good corporate citizen here, not to come in here and say, gee, I got some monies, I got to do this. People like it or not, far from it. I don't want to have any confrontations, and I've been priding myself over the many years that wherever we were, right? We want to be good corporate citizen. So we should do everything we can, and if necessary, we got to cut back on some of the water usage and try to come up maybe with a different way, but we should do everything we can to realize we will not do any damage around here in regards to water resources, right? That'd be my pledge, because it's, I think when I sit down with my managers, I always tell them, look, the one thing is, you've got to be a good corporate citizen. It's reputation. Monies you can always make, right? Even if I would lose a few $1 million, it would not, to me it's always, if you do the right thing, it will come through. Huh? So I do hope we take all the steps, all the measurements, that when it finally comes down, that the people which live around here would say, this processing plant will have no negative effect on the environment and will be very positive to the agricultural community. So again, I hope you help me in that, so I look forward working together with the staff here at the universities but you, the young generation, have an enormous opportunity to do great foods. The world is hungry, but it's got to be done, in a first-class way. And you got to great brand names with a great reputation. So again, I'm delighted to be here. I thought I settled in and be one of the farmers, one of the guys here, and actually this is, but hopefully common sense and goodwill all the way around that we can solve that problem. Thank you.
We have one small gift we'd like to give. We have a bronze plaque that goes on this building, and it's the only thing that we don't have complete. But they're having a tough time making Mr. Stronach's face look right. So I've sent it back 3 times. I said it just doesn't look like it. So we have a token for him.
When I saw it first, I was scared. It looks like Danny.
So we have a small token for you to carry back to Canada with you, and in a week or 2 we'll have the bronze plaque engraved on the front of the building here.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.